So here are 3 Bible verses that will rebuild your self-worth. First verse is Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10. Tells us that we are the workmanship of God. This word for workmanship is in Koine Greek is poema. It's where we get poem from. So it's this intricate, beautiful workmanship. It's not this standard toe the line, consumer product good, right? We are handmade, masterfully crafted, as it says. So once you start to recognize and the lies from the enemy that tell you you're just a basic person who has mediocre results and lives a mediocre lifestyle, once you realize that's from the enemy and you have these type of verses to equip you, you start to recognize that you're very special to God. God literally took his time on every one of us. You're not a mistake. You're not a mess up. You're God's handcrafted, perfect purpose, made for a purpose. The second verse would be Isaiah 43 verse 1. It says, I formed thee, I redeemed thee, you belong to me. So think about the master of the universe who created everything. God himself knows you by your name. And he says you belong to him. You are his property. And it's a precious property, right? Satan will tell you, no, you're too far gone. Satan will tell you, no, you cannot please God anymore. You've done X, Y, and Z. That is all a lie from the enemy. Just like the prodigal son came back to his father. It didn't matter if he was clean, right? His father did not wait for him to clean off all of the dirt from the pig pen and the pig poop and all those things. He accepted him for who he was. He gave him his ring, his shoes, his clothing. Everything belonged to the Father. Likewise, God is waiting for us. He doesn't say you need to clean yourself up before meeting me. He says, I will clean you up and I will wash you and I will walk you through and I will walk with you. So it's really beautiful to understand that you belong to God. You belong to that master, right? Think about $100 bill. Even if $100 bill is ripped, even if it's crumbled, even if it's broken down, even if it's stepped on, spat on, right? Dirty, it doesn't lose its worth, right? Its value is still $100. Likewise, you may be going through depression, loneliness, all this stuff that's attacking your self-worth at the very core, but it doesn't mean that you're not valuable to God still. You will never lose your value if your identity is rooted in these types of verses. Verse 3 is Proverbs 24 verse 16. It says, for a just man or a righteous man falleth, right, and gets back up. So what I want you guys to understand is, even though you may be saved, even though you may have issues with self-worth, depression, loneliness, complacency, laziness, whatever it is that's from the enemy, God still says, ultimately, you rise back up. Real faith isn't about falling or failing. It's always about rising and getting back up. So your identity is not in the fall, your identity is in the getting back up. And you have to remember that. In the end of this verse, it explains ultimately that although people fall 7 times, they get back up. So they get up 8 times, essentially. And so we need to recognize that. And we need to understand that this is the beauty of grace. Amen.